During the last 25 years, all types of companies have outsourced their information technology and software development equipment either on land, near the coast, or on the high seas. There are advantages and disadvantages for all of them, and it is important to understand the ramifications of each of them before deciding which is the most appropriate for your company. Let's define the options. Onshore. It refers to the outsourcing of a software development provider in your own country. For example, think that your company is in New York and you manage IT needs in Arizona. You are working in different states but in the same country. Nearshore. It refers to the needs of software development that are handled in neighboring countries or that are within walking distance. For clients in the United States, this means countries such as Mexico, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Offshore. It refers to the fact that software development needs are managed abroad and in different time zones. On a regular basis, US companies contract services in Asia or Eastern Europe. But when you are a company in the United States, this model can become a headache. In addition to the cultural barrier, the difference in schedules, intellectual property problems, political instability, and physical distance can sometimes cause delays in projects. These delays eventually mean losing money. And this is when Puerto Rico comes in. A territory of the US since 1898, the island is under the same federal protections and regulations as the mainland. It also shares the same currency, banking system, and financial regulations. The island offers countless benefits for companies seeking to outsource, such as a highly qualified labor force. The island is the home of the Mayagüez campus of University of Puerto Rico, one of the best engineering schools in the United States, and in fact, Lockheed Martin, Accenture, Boeing, GE, and Procter & Gamble, among others, attend job fairs at the Mayagüez campus and at the Polytechnic University of Puerto Rico to obtain resources. Puerto Rico has very qualified engineers who can meet the needs of any client. The developers on the island follow the best practices on software engineering and US standards. Lower cost. Puerto Rico has a lower cost of living than most technology centers. This means that the hourly wage is lower than in the US. The average salary of an engineer in the United States is around $100,000, while in Puerto Rico that salary can be between $35,000 to $75,000. Outsourcing also means cutting costs such as vacations, medical care, and other expenses, and that represents a saving up to 30 to 50%. Location. The geographical location of Puerto Rico is perfect for nearshoring. The island is only 4 hours away from most US cities, and reaching them costs less than $400. In addition, Puerto Rico has strong links with Latin America, and traveling from these territories also is very economical. This makes business easier without sacrificing quality and security. Culture. Before 1898, Puerto Rico, like most of Latin America, was a Spanish colony. This means that the locals have many in common with the countries of Latin America. However, in 1898, Puerto Rico became US territory, and most citizens also speak English fluently and are very linked with the American culture. This eliminates the cultural barrier that generally causes misunderstandings and delays when subcontracted. Attractive tax incentives. The tax incentives that have the most impact for software development companies are Act 20 and Act 73. Both offer surprising tax benefits, exemptions, and tax rates that help us make development prices in Puerto Rico more competitive. Currency. Forget about getting lost in the exchange of currency. Although many years ago the monetary system used in Puerto Rico was different from that of the United States, since 1899 it has the same currency and banking systems, with the American dollar being its official currency. This greatly facilitates any financial process. Protections under federal law. As a territory of the US, the laws and federal protections cover everything that is produced on the island. So your IP is protected by copyright and federal patent laws. 55% of the high-tech companies mentioned improving control over quality and intellectual property as their main driver to Puerto Rico. Certifications. INVID has a Small Business Administration certification called the SBA 88 of the federal government and the National Minority Suppliers Development Council, among other technical certifications that come from the federal government. This only means more benefits for you and more benefits for your company. Oh, and I must say that Puerto Rico weather is great the whole year, so a trip to Puerto Rico never hurts.